Sometimes everything happens just perfectly. Signal, level, movement, and all you need to do is press the button. But you know what the best part is? Not the entry itself, but what happens after. And today I will show you the trade session where it was possible to enter almost at the very beginning. But then there were nerves, bounces, temptations to close ahead of time, and this will be a video not only about the technical entrance, but how to keep profits. So if you want to understand how not to interfere with earning, this video will definitely bring you some valuable ideas. Let's set up the account to work with the strategy. I will use the chart up candles. Time frame will be 30 seconds. Such a bundle will help me to quickly see the price change and open trade in time. Now I need to turn in the indicators and I will need awesome oscillator on zigzag. The parameters of both indicators can't be left standard. For the time of the trade that I use, they're completely suitable. If you want to change the time of the trade, you will have to change the settings of the indicators. So for now, I will start to open trades and show you in more detail how this strategy works. The basic rules that must be adhered to and also show you situations to look for. The main thing is not just to know the theory, but to be able to apply it in the real market. On the Telegram, I post accurate analytics and working observations that I personally use every day. If you want to receive the same materials, just go to the link in the description, follow the channel and write to me and I will help you navigate. Found the first suitable situation, so let's break it down and open a trade. The trading time will be 2 minutes, starting at $350, and my prediction is that the price will increase, so I'll press the green button to open the trade. And now let's take a closer look at the situation. Look, at the market was a downward trend. The price fell and reached its minimum. This zigzag indicator line is pointed downwards and it is fixed under the red candle. This position of the indicator line makes me understand that the price will no longer decrease. Probably a rising trend has started and the price will increase. But before opening the trade, you need to check if the situation is safe. For this, I use awesome oscillator. The indicator is important to me at zero level. The indicator candles decreased and were below zero level. The candles were red as there was a downward trend in the market. And now the price started to rise and the first green candles appeared. That's what I need. This graph of the indicator helps me to understand that the market has really started rising prices. As you see, the strategy is as simple as possible. 2 indicators that show the change of trend with sufficient accuracy. You only need to see such a situation, test it and open the trade on time. And a bit later, I will tell you about the basic rules of working with the strategy. If you follow them, you will open trades in safe situations. For now, let's see how the price chart will move. The price continued to rise and I made my profit. So now my capital is $2,822. But we keep on working and I'm already looking for the following situation. Found an interesting situation. Let's open a trade and analyze it in more detail. I will limit the amount of the trade to $50 and I think this is the time to open a trade to reduce the price. So tell me, are you ready? Then watch really carefully. I see that the zigzag indicator line is fixed above the price chart. This means that the price has reached its peak and may now start to fall. But let's look at the awesome oscillator. The indicator's chart is close to zero. The indicator lights are green. This means that the price is still rising. The uptrend may not end. The indicators contradict each other. One indicates a decrease in price, the other an increase. So in such a situation, it's quite risky to open a trade. So when working with a strategy, it's really important to correctly analyze the trigger from an awesome oscillator. When the price increase starts, the indicator chart must be below zero and at least 2 green candles must close. At the beginning of a descending trend, the indicator chart must be above zero level and 2 red candles must appear. Only such situations are reliable for trading. Also carefully approach the choice of the currency pairs for work. There are no restrictions generally in choosing a currency pair, but the correct price chart must move zigzag from minimum to maximum price. These currency pairs are the most stable. You also do not need to take into operation a currency pair in which the trend changes very often. For some currency pairs, you have to use significantly smaller time frames and trading time. So in this situation, the chance to make profits is very low. Let's see how the price chart will move for now. The trade is losing and in the last few seconds the price rose sharply. As you already realized, the situation was initially unreliable. I hope you will remember this mistake and will not repeat it in your work. Increase the amount of the trade to $550 because we need to compensate for losses. My prediction is that the price will go down, so let's open a trade. As you can see, both indicators point at the beginning of a decline in price. I think this is a safe situation and the price will fall. I want to give you one recommendation, friends. Always study new strategies, and to make it easier for you to understand how to work with them and not to risk your capital, use the demo account. The broker I work with has this feature. A demo account is really no different from a real account. Only you can open trades in absolutely any situation and not worry about your capital, really. It is a great tool to gain experience and skills, working with strategies as well as better understand the price charts. Be sure to try it with this strategy. And yes, friends, here's the account amount of $3,278. The trade is profitable. I will now find another situation and open the last trade. I think with this situation, I can't increase my capital. I have no doubt about the reliability of the situation. I see that the market has started a downward trend indeed. And for now, I try to tell you in detail and show you this strategy. I'm sure that you will like it and use it often in your work. For now, let's see how the price chart will move and sum up the work. On strike, friends! The last trade is also profitable. And now I see that the account now has $4,038. Today, I didn't just have a profitable session, I showed you how it is important to trust the system. No trader makes money from chaos. The result comes when you have a clear plan and when you do not break it, friends. My path in trading started with me going through the same sessions every day as you know. And if you do the same thing, I promise you will grow. Do not rush to immediately bet large amounts. First, stability and only then scale. Otherwise, impossible. So leave your opinion about the strategy in the comments.